Hello, my name is Thomas Pfannemüller. I'm working for more than 25 years in the pharmaceutical industry, almost here in Germany. I started my career at IMS Health, and after that, I did some very innovative projects here in the German market. We are facing a very different time all over the globe, and this has an impact on the business of the pharmaceutical industry, not only here in Germany, but also elsewhere in the world. I was asked, there were three questions occurred. What are the major changes in the work of the pharmaceutical companies have occurred due to the pandemic here in Germany? That's an interesting question. Due to the pandemic, the marketing and sales situation in Germany changed completely within a very short period of time, starting around 1 year ago, March 2020. In previous years, there was almost exclusively direct contact between the manufacturers, pharmaceutical manufacturers, and the physicians via the pharmaceutical sales force, the sales rep. This sales channel has to be completely discontinued almost overnight because there was a lockdown in our country and physicians no longer received pharmaceutical representatives. Pharmaceutical manufacturers have tried to develop other means of communication in order to have further on contact and continued contact with physicians. Some of them have attempted to contact the physicians by phone or elsewhere by email, assuming they had permissions to do that because it's not allowed just to write them emails here in Germany. Some have moved very quickly to virtual contact using various platforms like Teams or Zoom or Skype. Other companies are in the process of developing their own platforms or using the capabilities of their CRM provider like Viva. This situation is still unchanged. Also, things improved somewhat in the summer of 2020. There was definitely one or two personal contacts between the sales force and the physicians. This was only selective and did not significantly change the overall situation. This is the situation also in 2021. Pfizer sales force, for example, will not go to see doctors until the end of 2021. This is a fundamental change in the sales model. Also have effects on the marketing area of the companies because the communication in the past was almost exclusively to personal contacts. Informations, folders, etc., were also structured this way. This must now completely change because the personal contact is no longer possible and will not be possible for the next couple of months. So the companies need to have a solution, need to have another option in order to see and talk to their physicians. Is the hybrid model of work, that means a mix of face-to-face and digital, perceived and how it's understood by the pharmaceutical business? Also, the pharmaceutical industry is increasingly adopting the hybrid model. It is still getting in its own way when it comes to implementation. They recognize the need for a digital solution, that's obvious, a digital communication platform. But they try to do either with the given solutions, as I said before, Teams or Zoom, or which the help of their own platforms. That means they want to develop own communication platforms. These initiatives are very often driven by the IT department of the companies, of different companies, which are naturally interested in their own solutions, also in order to strengthen their own positions within the organization. This shows for me how little innovative the pharmaceutical industry acts and tries. I'm not sure if it is elsewhere the same, but here in Germany, to move into a new channel, into a new technology, into a new system lasts very often, very, very long time. You can imagine that if for instance, 15 pharmaceutical companies wanted to set up their own platforms, this is not very, very successful because the physicians has to register at 15 different platforms. That makes them not happy, and this is not efficient for all of them. Yes, they understand, the pharmaceutical understands that they need to have a change, and need to change their model, but it will go very, very, very slowly to make this new step into a new system and environment. The last question I've asked myself is, what are the medium-term expectations of the business? Will we fully return to pre-COVID business habits? Out of my perspective, a clear no. We will definitely not go back to the processes before COVID-19 for several reasons. First of all, the situation of the sales force in the pharmaceutical industry will change completely. First of all, due to economic reasons. We will see very quickly that in the different companies, the controlling departments of the various manufacturers like Pfizer, MSD, AstraZeneca, J&J, etc., they will see that the sales in 2020 has not dramatically changed compared to 2019. It has at least remained on the same level. So we are dealing with an increase in sales, or at least the same level, on the previous year, and without the fact that there was no sales reps activities in 2020. That means the revenue has been on the same level or has been increased without any sales activities. And based on that, they will see or will ask themselves if the sales force has this big impact on the success as they believed it has been in the last previous years. That means they will look very detailed into the whole situations, and they will ask themselves if they would need this number of sales reps in the field, or can that be reduced? Do we need in the pharmaceutical industry this number of sales reps? On the other hand, physicians also see that in 2020, they do not have that number of contacts with the sales force. And do they really miss something? Do they have a lack of information? Do they need more contacts? Or was it sufficient? Was it okay in 2020? They see, okay, we do not have that many contacts, but we are happy. We get our information on other channels like email, like digital solutions, and so on. And do we really, as a physician, need this number of contacts in the future? Or can we change the system? Is it necessary to go for a CME? Do we need, as a physician, to travel from Hamburg to Munich to spend 1.5 days in a CME in special lessons or so on? Or can we do it digital wise? I think they will see that the quality of life will be improved. Their quality of life will be improved in the future if they make a kind of a mix between digital and face-to-face meetings. My personal expectations will be the sales force will be reduced. The face-to-face contacts will be reduced. They will not disappear completely. They will stay, but on a lower level than in the past. And the digital solutions, which helps not only the physicians, which helps also the pharmaceutical companies, will increase. I'm not sure if it will be a 50-50 percentage, but definitely the digital solution will increase. And I think we will need and we will see that solutions like, for instance, the CredoWeb technologies will be very successful because the physicians and the target groups will have a very easy level of contact. They do not want to have 15 different technologies, platforms, or so on. They want to have one size fits all, where they can do all the different activities like contact, like virtual events, like CME. These are my expectations for the next couple of years. How fast that will be the case, I'm not sure. I don't know. Definitely in Germany, it will not be that fast like in other countries, especially Eastern Europe, but we will see a dramatic change in the future.